Colin?
KRISTEN is now left-handed.
Well, we're talking about it. I'm like, we can't miss this. Yeah.
Oh, what's this?
Yeah. Your arm's going to be a little bigger on that side now.
No, I was just talking about how I'm always congested when I come on this podcast. And it's funny because in the morning there's an Alexa in my room and I have a fan that I always,
This girl has to have
when
everything
I wake up,
connected.
I know,
It has
it's
to
so
be
nice.
like, Alexa, lights on. Alexa, turn off my fan. Alexa,
Well,
get me dressed.
it's so nice.
Alexa, brush my teeth.
Calm down. Calm down.
Get
Well,
me
whatever. I tell Alexa to turn my fan off whenever I wake up because I like to be cold when I go to sleep. When I wake up, I want to be warm. So this morning I went to be like, Alexa, turn the fan off. And I went and I was like, Alexa. And I was like, oh my God. And Alexa didn't not even recognize me. But I was like, okay, let's try this again. Like cleared the throat and then it turned it off. But I was like, oh my gosh, that was rough.
You're like, Alexa, it is me, I promise.
Yeah.
It's KRISTEN. Wow.
It was good. But
In
whatever.
bed, telling Alexa to turn your fan off is next level. That's wild.
It's so I tell her all the time, I'm definitely the person who is like, I want to have like the smartest of homes to be like every single light, like every TV or whatever, just turn on off.
I can't wait till like 20 years from now and it'll just do all the thinking for us. We're just walking into a room and they're like, how did you know I wanted to watch this game? No, we know everything.
It's like
about
connected
you.
to our brain.
Exactly.
That's terrifying.
Really?
I would take the other way.
Really?
She's definitely the opposite.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm like, no.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
Yeah. Like I will go turn on the TV. I will go shut off the lights and lock the door.
Oh, see, no.
I introduced her to some things when we were living together. I was like, look, we're just gonna do this.
Yeah.
I feel like you appreciated some of it.
Like
and
watch
then-
it once.
I don't even know. But now that I'm in my own apartment, I feel like I definitely smart homed
it up.
See, like I couldn't
on
even
that.
figure it out. I'm like, KRISTEN, can you please, can you help me turn on the TV?
Something you actually should do is get a timer to your oh, now you don't need it to warm up. Never mind. She got a new coffee machine.
Oh, wow. Were you talking about like the one that's like automatic where you wake up and it's already doing your thing? That's what I want.
Because the old coffee machine needed to warm
it up.
It needed to warm up. So I was like, you should just set a timer to it.
That would make sense, right? Yeah. I also just like getting out of bed and smelling that like coffee smell too. So I'm like, oh wow, that's what I need. I need to be able to open my door and be like, wow,
Yeah,
that's great.
I'm definitely addicted to coffee.
Yeah.
But if there was an addiction, like I'll take coffee.
Speaking of
caffeine's probably one of the weird.
You have any
ones.
extra beans right now?
Yeah, I have Brash beans.
Whoa.
So we were in Atlanta and we went by a coffee shop and it was the Brash coffee shop. And I was like, everybody stop. I need to get out.
We have to. Yes.
So I was trying to buy a shirt, but they didn't have shirts or sweatshirts or anything. They were like, they're coming. So I just bought the beans.
That's cool.
So I had some this morning.
Some
Yes,
Brash.
You can have some.
Wow.
Wait, we
Is it
actually, so in Vegas this past, we got the woman to send us the picture of the beans that were in that coffee shop that I told you, like, you need to go have this coffee.
And I did not because
and you
I
did not
slept
go
in.
have the coffee. But this coffee was so good. It was like La Colombe.
Oh, they have that like everywhere.
But but they were so good. I got the exact one, so I'm gonna try and order some beans.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We split a
this
bag of
isn't
beans.
a podcast. This is Taryn and I.
That is the
Figuring out
podcast.
You try to find the freshest beans, but in order to keep them quite fresh, we only use half a bag each, and then we get another one so that they can stay
nice.
fresh.
That's one way to do it.
You
Yeah.
know?
Some other people will be like, we just drink it really fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's smart. That's good.
Yeah.
So you're not addicted as much as you think. See?
No, I really tried to cut back. There were some times where we were drinking like 2 or 3 like double shots,
Yeah.
and it was too much, and I was jittery.
Yeah. That's what what I do, because I do like the taste of coffee. I love the process. I just go get the decaf beans and I just mix them in half and half. So that way you have your caffeine kick. You don't know which ones are in there.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
That's what I definitely never thought about doing, is doing the half calf.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I said I ordered a half calf, and she's
Didn't
like,
even know that was a thing.
half calf.
What is that?
Had no
Even
idea.
rhymes. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
they make it easy. Yeah. It's a good one. They have decaf espressos too. So you can like literally get a full decaf espresso. Like I do that a lot because I love espresso.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can't have
Yeah,
another
you
shot
don't
of
want-
espresso. Like
Yeah,
my
we
heart's
got
gonna
some
explode,
decaf beans, and then I never actually thought about like, mixing the beans.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, I went completely sober last year for like 6 months for everything, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna do the full caffeine, but I needed my coffee, so I went decaf beans. I still did the whole process, everything. Yeah, added some like mushroom stuff in there and stuff like that, like just for the nootropics. Yeah, so that was like my caffeine fix. But Yeah, interesting.
And you're back after 6 months?
Yeah, I'm back on the cap, but I actually am phasing back into the decaf phase again. Like I really enjoy. Like I don't know. I actually liked it. Like I felt. Yeah.
You felt good?
Yeah, you don't need caffeine as much. You just do it.
Don't.
And then once you realize you don't need it, you're like, oh, well, I'm going to stop.
Well, it's just a part of my morning routine. And I love my morning routine.
Yeah.
Just
me too. That's
the same breakfast, but that's having my coffee.
Yeah, I tricked myself. It's still coffee and everything. And every now and then I'll sprinkle in like a caffeinated bean or two, just to mix it
one bean.
Yeah, one. Like a bean. Be like, there's caffeine in here somewhere. I know
Just find it, buddy.
And and decaf does have a little bit of caffeine, like slightly. So you're like microdosing. It's good.
It's all right. I love it.
Anyway, a lot of talk about caffeine and coffee this morning, but yeah.
It is the morning.
It is the morning. That's right.
I mean, I could use another one.
What's going on with you not being 5'6" though? What's going on with that?
Okay.
Are we under 5'6" or did you grow?
Sadly, I have been lying.
Can you just say it?
What?
I told you you were not 5'6".
I know. Taryn and Drew have been telling me I'm not 5'6". I swear in some tests I have been 5'6". But recently we had to do some testing for USA Volleyball just the beginning of the year, and I went and had to be measured for this scan, and I was 5'5.5".
Wow.
It was heartbreaking. I texted them. I was like, I'm so sad that I have been lying to everyone, and I am 5'5.5". But someone actually, I think like 2 days ago, asked me how tall I was, and I'm going with 5'6".
Yeah, I think
I'm rolling with
it's
it.
the rule of the round up, right?
Yeah.
Well, we were in I don't even know what tournament it was, but we were practicing with the Swiss team. And one of the girls, we split up, so I played with one of the Swiss players and she did too, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, you are short." Like everybody, it's like, Kristen's short, but then when you stand next to her, you see her, like, she really is very small.
See, but sometimes I get the opposite though, because sometimes whenever I'm not standing next to Taryn, people are like, "Whoa, you're actually not that short." It's just that Taryn makes you look very, very short. Yeah. But I'm like,
and then people don't think that I'm as tall as I am, and then they stand by me and they're like, "Oh, you are tall." I'm like,
yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah, we weren't lying. Yeah, that's so great. Wow.
I am 6'4". I'm probably taller than 6'4", but I don't want to go get measured.
Yeah, I think you're taller than 6'4".
Yeah,
that's good. Own it.
Possibly.
I can't express though how sad I was when I
really?
turned around and looked at the
You're like, are you sure? Measure it again.
Yeah. It's like,
do it again.
No
You're like, the tape measure's broken.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. What are you guys using, lasers or something? It's not calibrated right.
Fix this.
Yes, this is not right. I understand. Well, it's all right. But you're 5'6" in our hearts.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Thank you.
Height doesn't measure heart, right?
There you go.
That's the phrase. I've heard that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Height has no heart. That's another one, right? So, yeah, we got options.
You're good to go.
But it doesn't matter. You're a great volleyball player.
Yeah. See, we're about to start the season.
Yeah. First event coming up.
It's wild.
Yeah.
First event.
Where
Mexico.
Is it? Mexico?
So nice.
That's your place.
To fly. Oh my gosh. No, what does it take us? Like 4 hours?
Yeah. Something like
You're
that.
like, oh, most people are probably like, wow, they're celebrating a 4-hour flight.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's
awesome.
awesome.
It's so great. Not having to fly 8+ hours. If it's under 8.
Same time zone.
Same day that you get there. Like all of these things.
It's
like
the little
we can
things,
leave in the
guys.
morning and we get there by the afternoon. I'm like, we have the entire day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
and
is.
you guys, it's the same time zone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because
Yeah.
it's right underneath, kind of, right?
Same time zone.
Cancun, yeah.
Which is nice that this time in Mexico we are going to a more touristy place, so
Not as terrifying.
yeah.
She couldn't decide
Yeah,
which one.
you saw that? Yeah, and she was also like trying to decide if she was going to roll around. That's so funny. Lila, you're taking the thunder right now. We don't enjoy that.
How tall are you?
This isn't your podcast. Yeah. All right, yeah, Mexico. Wait, it's Central Time Zone?
Central Time Zone. We leave on Monday the 24th.
Yes.
I don't know. We start playing on Wednesday though, which
They
is different.
switched the tournaments.
Yeah,
this
so
year.
it's now hit the mic. It used to be Elite 16s. Now it's Elite 24s. They expanded the draw.
Whoa.
So now it's 24 teams, which means I think they're going to do it like all tournaments, but for this tournament, just the women's draw starts on Wednesday afternoon, which typically in the past we didn't start till Thursday.
Yeah. Wow.
But in the first 3 tournaments thus far that we know, we play on Wednesday afternoon, which is very
strange.
interesting because it means that
you have to
luckily,
get there a day early.
Makes travel, and stretches out the
Luckily,
weekend,
we're
too,
in the
right?
main draw, but if you were in the qualifier,
You play Tuesday.
Well, I was just going to ask that.
No, they play
in the
Wednesday
morning.
and then have to play
Later that
again
night?
later.
Or that
So you could have 3 games.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wait, so, but the actual tournament, like the pool play or whatever it is, like starts Wednesday? So you guys, oh my God, that's really weird.
Yep.
Yeah.
Women's pool play starts Wednesday.
Because they expanded
after-
the draw. There were so many people that were reaching out and they were like, hey, 16 teams is not enough. You need to give more people a chance to be able to compete and to get into these Elite 16s, which I think they're going to have to rename it now because it's
Elite
not
24s. That's what I've been calling
Elite
it.
24s. Which is also cool because there are just so many teams, but it definitely changes.
It also, the
schedule.
format is different. It's not just a traditional pool. It's now modified pool play.
Okay. Yeah, you guys kind of looked at me funny when I said pool play. You were like, well, I could see it in your eyes. You're like, it's not true.
Not actually.
Yeah.
Well, it's just, I feel like people are going to be tuning into the first tournament and they're going to be like, what? This is different. Like, what is going on?
But what would be beach volleyball if it wasn't completely different than it was last year?
I feel like that's really what the podcast is about, is like, all right, what changes are we going through? What new stuff are we updating people on?
This will also be the first one where Taryn's jersey says Brasher on it.
Whoa. Let's go.
Got my name changed, got my passport.
Can I put a bid on it?
Yeah.
The
First
first
one?
Yeah,
jersey?
seriously.
Yeah, no, I kept my last, so World Tour Finals of last year was my last Kloth jersey.
Yeah.
And I am holding on to that.
You should. No, I'm being
that
serious.
is very important to me, and I want to keep that because it is like that's been my name my entire life, obviously, and it really is crazy changing your name. I was at, I don't even know, I think it was the airport or something, and they were like, first and last name, and I was like, Taryn Kloth, Brasher. I'm sorry, I just changed my name.
Like,
I'm not
I
lying.
know. And I was like, I'm not lying. And then my birthday is coming up in April, and they were like, and how old are you? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm lying about my name and my age. They're gonna throw me in jail.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you step aside?
And then I actually had a nightmare about it because I was just like, I kept like switching them, and then I was like, wait, how old am I? And then I tried to do math.
Oh my
gosh.
I tried to do math on my age. I'm like, I should know how old I am.
I know.
You-
but in
your
my
brain just
dream-
lost everything.
In my dream, I like couldn't do
Yeah.
math or something, and it was just like, so you really don't know how old you are? And I was like, no.
Wow. Meanwhile, was the TSA person just like unfazed? Where they're just,
Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
She was like, eyes, smile, passport.
They're
and I
just
was
robots. They're just robots. Yeah. I mean, that's what they are.
like, meanwhile, I'm like freaking out, sweating.
Yeah. No offense to anybody who's listening. That's a TSA worker. But
Hey, but listen, their jobs, that has to be so
Oh, it's
tough. You're
miserable,
dealing
yeah.
with stressed out travelers all the time, people that are
Yeah.
going to miss their flight. They're yelling at you. It's like you didn't get here on time and things just happen. So, yeah, they have to deal with all
I
that.
witnessed it yesterday. I was in the Houston going to Baton Rouge. You know how like sometimes they make you go in that E gate and you go like you actually walk through that. It's terrible. Yeah. So this poor guy is just wearing it. There's a whole line of people waiting to get on the plane, and this lady is just chewing them out at the desk, and he's just like, no, I understand your concern, ma'am. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm turning my music up louder because I'm like, I can't
Yeah,
hear
it's
this. Like,
uncomfortable.
I'm like, I can't hear this. I hate it.
brutal.
Yikes.
yeah.
Brutal.
Exactly. But
Those poor, yeah.
yeah.
But
I would
honestly,
not want to do
sometimes
that.
I'm like, airlines, come on,
Yeah.
be better.
But
Okay,
yes,
I
we
think
got
that, and then I'm like, how many passengers are they dealing with every single
all day.
day?
Yeah, that's what I think about. Is like I feel like they're just numb to people, so that's why they're just like shoes in the bin. Like just do it. I've said it 8,000 times.
But think about
you
the
have
first
to
person
take your
flying. Like if
Oh,
they've
yeah.
never flown before, and
Yeah.
it's like, I have to take my shoes off.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. Why? What's going on?
Okay, that's
Yeah.
like us internationally because all of the airports are so
They are
different.
so
As
different.
far as we're like, what'd they say? Like, what do we need to take
And
out?
the instructions are in half English, half
Yeah.
not English, and then you have to like catch the slide where it's English quick.
It doesn't matter. In America now, like some places you have to take your shoes off, and other places they're like, keep your shoes on. I'm like, okay, well, sorry, I just connected, and they just told me to take them
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, so it
I
really
really
is.
do. I don't understand
I don't.
why it is not.
And
just
if you're
the
in
same.
boots, you have to take them off. I don't know.
I
It
don't.
doesn't
I
make
don't
sense.
Yeah.
understand. Yeah. It's all
Anyway,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we just switched all of our flights because we had 12 trips booked
Yeah.
or something. I was on hold with Delta. I was like, I did a name change. I already submitted all the paperwork, so they were switching my name. And we were at a speaking event at Gulf Coast Bank, And I was on hold, and I was just like trying to take a picture.
Well, we roll up to meet the photographer and everything, and in her back pocket, she has the Delta music playing.
Yeah.
And they were like, we just thought this was a vibe. You just walked up and just had music playing.
Well, that's what we do. Yeah, we just
honestly,
walk up,
I wish, but I've been on hold for an hour and a half, and I don't want to start this process all over again. And they're like, oh, no, we get it. So they were super nice about it. And the lady switched everything over, but it took an hour and a half or 2 hours.
Airlines are the worst. That's so crazy.
Yeah. But
Good times. The Delta music.
I'm just going to walk around with the theme song of Delta.
I thought this was a vibe. It's my vibe. Yeah. You would, if you know how long I've been on hold with these people so many times. Yes,
I could honestly work for them.
Yeah.
I think I could get that done.
They said they understood, but I really hope they travel and actually understand that it was like this phone call had to happen.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
I don't think anybody understands the level that you guys travel at. So no, they probably didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they were nice about it anyway.
Yeah.
And I was like, we leave the country. Like, I need to switch this.
Yeah, like it has to happen.
Yeah, I just got my old passport back, and they drove a giant hole through it.
Yeah, crazy, right?
If you are ever devastated because you submit for your passport, and you turn all of your paperwork in, all in one envelope, and then when you get it back, you only get your brand new passport. And I was like, I don't get my old passport. Like, I wanted all those stamps and memories and stuff. They send each other piece of information back in a separate envelope. So if you lose one thing, you don't lose everything.
Oh,
smart, right?
That's smart.
So don't freak out like I did.
Wait, I'm going.
I have my passport fully intact. Wow, that must be a new thing.
I'm sorry. They sent it with a hole drilled in it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten the hole drilled. Mine's like it's got like the thing that makes it not valid, but mine's fully intact.
No, yeah. Mine's
Oh.
fully intact, but my name is
you're saying
hole is through it, so you can't use it. But I didn't get it back right away. Like when I sent everything else in, and I was like, no, I wanted that.
Yeah.
Are we talking about a legit? There's a hole straight through the whole thing.
Yeah. They drill a hole through it to make sure it's not.
Like a paper.
Yeah, it's like a hole
punch.
puncher. They do that with like IDs too, so that way
So
like
you can't use it
you can't use it or give it to somebody for a fake ID or something.
That makes sense.
It's very like normal, but
she's like, Kristen, you're undereducated, obviously.
Like,
you just haven't had
it. You
haven't had a passport expire yet?
No, I've only had one passport.
I'm just dating myself. You got.
How old are you?
Next question.
Hey, I don't know either. It's fine.
Yeah, apparently, right? Yeah, that's so great. But speaking of changing last names, yours is coming soon, though. You got to take a lot of notes on this.
It will definitely not be that soon.
Okay.
Gonna have a little bit of time, but
a little bit of time.
Yeah, it's so funny that the amount of people who whenever it was like she changed her name and then me getting engaged, everyone is just like, what is going to happen? What is going on?
They are very excited to see what we do from a marketing standpoint, but I'm still dreaming up. We're going to try and figure it out.
What's Trey's last name?
Cruz.
Cruz.
Oh my gosh, we were at the engagement dinner, and I'm just sitting there, and I was like, oh my
Brasher
gosh.
Cruz. Ooh.
What?
What? Sorry. I'm go ahead, sorry. I was
Wait, that just gave me a really good idea.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like, everybody get off the Nuss bus and onto the KRISTEN Cruise or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool.
Yeah, it was like, okay, boom, good Instagram caption.
Yeah. KRISTEN Cruise sounds good
and
too.
Guess
like,
what?
Did she
give me credit for that?
Oof.
Sorry. Thank you. It was Taryn, everyone.
That's all right. Now we got camera evidence.
But then who came up with cruising down the aisle?
Kristen.
Megan?
Okay, you know when you spend so much time with somebody and it's like immediate, like, Kristen.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, Eric, crap. Oh, you just like call everybody.
I do that with Lila all the time. I'll like call people like, sorry, never mind. So I used to call my dog's name.
Yeah.
But I feel like, sorry, you'll hear the story, but I feel like just telling the story so everyone can hear it and knows what the story is. One, I was very surprised. Had absolutely no idea. I knew it was going to be happening sometime this year. No clue when. Luckily, I went shopping and everything for this trip, and I was like showing Taryn my outfits and everything. But seriously, had absolutely no idea. Going to Vegas, thought it was just for his birthday. So that night, I was told we were going to dinner with his parents. So I had to be ready at like a specific time.
And guess what? She was actually ready on time.
I know. I was early.
Never
I was like going with his parents. I was like, we can't be like that late.
We can't be like that late.
Yeah, so I was like, I got to be
like,
on.
we're going to be late. We can't be that late because it's his parents. Yeah.
But if it's Taryn,
it doesn't matter.
30 minutes late.
It's so funny because I'm so good whenever I'm not with Taryn. I'm very
I knew
punctual.
that face exactly. She's just like, yeah, I'll just go.
I know, it's just... Anyway, I was on time. I was ready to go. He had been there a couple of days prior because he was doing some work. He was recruiting. So he was like, I had explored the hotel. I know this good spot to go watch the sunset. So before dinner, we're just going to go check it out. Wow. It's like, okay. So as we're like walking through the casino area, I was like, wait, it's 5:30. I'm like, isn't the sunset later? And he was like, oh, no, it's earlier here. In my head, I'm like, we're in Vegas. I was like, they don't really do daylight savings time. So I was like, maybe it's different here. I'm just going along. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. We're walking into this like conference center area. And I was like, man, in my head, I'm like, he must have done some real exploring. The fact that he knows this like one little door, I'm like, what is going on? And we turn, and the door is already propped open. So we turn around the door, and I see pedals on the ground. And I was like, oh, my gosh. I was like, is this happening? And then there was a picture of us. And then as you walk in a little more, it was a sign. And it was like, will you marry me? And I was like, oh, my. I think I was just, like, so in shock of, like, is this actually happening? Like, this is for real? And then I start crying. So then he starts crying, and he can't, like, fully, like, start saying anything. So he's, like, finally like getting the tears and everything off, and obviously proposed and everything, said yes, and there's a photographer and everything. And then I was like, after all of that, I was just like, oh my goodness, are there other people here then? And he was like, oh, there may be a couple other surprises. So after we take like a bunch of different pictures and everything around the hotel, and then as we're walking up, I see Taryn's like blonde hair, and then next to her I see my parents, and I was like, oh my goodness. And then there was a bunch of other people all there. So he absolutely crushed it. I was just in shock the whole night. But it was very, very
well done, Trey.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he had Megan make the video of just leading up to the proposal.
Love it.
So I got to watch that. It was
well done. Great. Well documented, well done, well executed.
And now every single time I have to like take the ring off, like, to work out and whatever, and every single time I'm like, oh my gosh, I like panic for a minute. I'm like, where's the ring? But
thank you for being real about crying, because I'm like maybe the part that why I haven't proposed, because I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna get the words out. I'm gonna be like, you know why I'm doing this, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This is a yes, right? Like,
also, both people don't even know what
okay,
said. You're just
right,
like,
good.
yes,
okay,
yes,
good.
yes.
Just want to make sure. I've seen things on Instagram, and I'm like, man, this looks like this. They got to be acting. Like, this is after the fact, right? It's got to be.
Yeah, because in time you just.
You definitely go back and take some nice
there
pictures.
There we go. That makes me feel so much better, because I'm like, there's no way this is really just happening. This.
Yeah, it's all a blur. Like, you really have no idea.
All right, good.
It was funny because I was just like, oh my, I was like, yes, and he was like, I haven't even said
anything. You're like, it doesn't matter, we're doing this thing.
But he was like crying, so I was like, oh my goodness, like maybe he's not gonna be able to get it out.
You're like, it doesn't matter.
You're like, I read the sign. Yes,
I got it. Yes, the pedals, everything. We're doing it.
Yeah. No, but seriously, the photographer, he was like, wait, because when he was like trying to take pictures, and he was like, wait, I need a minute. So it was.
That makes me happy. That's good. Yeah, that's awesome.
All very good.
Was it a blur after that too? Did you guys have a good time? Was it?
No, we had a good
friends,
time. Got
dinner,
to do dinner and everything
with
the crew that made it up.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
She saw me. And she was like, "Why
aren't you supposed to be in practice?"
And I was like, "Oh, hello."
Yes. Yeah, we're teammates in this thing too. So we're celebrating
a moment. If you thought I wasn't gonna be here, you're delusional.
We're celebrating. Yeah.
But it was funny because my brother was like, I don't know if it's a slight concern that your now fiance and all the people closest to you can lie just straight to your face for like a month and a half.
Oh my gosh.
No, it was not easy. I was telling you that I like was freaking out every single time I would talk to KRISTEN if I brought up ring or white or Vegas or a trip or anything. I would be freaking out that I was going to ruin the surprise, because you don't want to be that one person that ruins Trey's big surprise for KRISTEN. And you're like, you want this to be so special, and then you're like, so how's your day?
I know exactly how your day is, but but how is it?
And she's like, I was like, so when's your flight? And I freaking knew. Also, I don't know if you saw, but when I booked the flight, one of the emails came to our joint email.
Whoa.
And I was like, oh my gosh, but you were asleep. I went in, deleted it.
Sneaky.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so terrifying.
I'm lying.
I am. I was lying. I could not sleep.
It's the worst.
I was telling her I was getting like hives from lying to her so much. And Drew was like, so you going to be at practice? I was like, yep, going to be there.
Yes.
Get her on the plane. Call Drew. I was like, I've been lying all week. I can't be at practice. I'm like, as soon as she is in airplane mode on this freaking plane and I'm not talking to her. Oh, also I had to shut off my location. And I was like, oh yeah, my phone. My phone glitched out.
My mom and everything.
And it really did. Like for somehow my like bottom left quadrant stopped working. I was like, this is great timing. I hope it goes back. We're good.
That's incredible. I love it. That is always my fear too. I'm like, I feel like I don't want to mess that up. Like, I don't want the power of a secret. Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
I know.
But it was awesome.
But it is awesome.
It was awesome.
You had some,
It was,
Love that. Love it.
Gosh.
Good time.
And then what? We got some speaking events coming up. Were you doing that? Did you guys do that?
We did that, yeah.
Okay.
We went to Creighton. Roll Jays also. Big W for the men's basketball team.
What,
Was it
Creighton?
an
Yeah,
upset
last
or
night.
were they supposed to win?
Yeah, well,
It was like 8-9, but they were kind of
highly favored for Louisville to win. So we did that. We went to Creighton. We thought that we prepared well and we thought it was good, and then people were like, wow, that was really, really awesome. We're like, are you guys lying to us? Or
I know. I can't tell if people are just like, obviously just say to their face like, oh, it was really good. I'm like, can someone be real and tell me? I need someone to be like, okay, you could do this better, and then I'd be like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go with that, just the way you like set that up. I was like, wow, so you guys bombed it, but you were like, we thought we did good, but everybody said you did even better than what you did.
Yeah,
and you were almost like, it wasn't that. But dude, this is what I tell you guys all the time. You don't understand like the connection that you guys have with people and the effect that you have on people. And I think, Abby kind of told you something too, right? Like, but
that was so. I got goosebumps when I sent it to you.
Yeah.
You didn't respond, I don't think, but that's okay. She was in Vegas.
She was busy. Yeah.
It's okay.
It was busy. But,
No,
but that's it. I mean, again, right? That's why those people put you there and do that stuff, and they're willing to pay it. So yeah, I'm sure it was as good as everybody said it was.
Yeah.
Give your
just
guys
having
some
like
credit.
one of the students come up and he was like, you know what? That really, really helped me. And I was like, I was like, can I give you a hug? I didn't actually, but that was what was going through.
Yeah, you're like, I just want to hug you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it matters. It really does. So, and again, I think you guys are so human. You guys are so real. You guys are so authentic too. And that's what people pay for. And again, the little things that you're having on the community and people, and it's not even little things. They're monumental things. They really are. They feel little to you guys, but to the everyday person, it's special. Yeah.
I'm just very glad that we play a sport where it is a team, because I cannot imagine doing it just solo.
No.
Just the fact that we're able to feed off of each other, oh my gosh.
It makes it so much easier. Like, they're like, oh, get up there for 45 minutes to an hour. And I'm like, with Kristen? Cool.
Yeah, easy.
By myself?
Yeah. So real.
It does make it a lot better, for sure.
Yeah, love it. Well, good stuff. You guys are leaving Monday for Mexico, right?
Monday.
That's coming up. That's like 3 days, I think. I've been traveling. I don't even know what day it was.
Yeah,
it is.
me neither.
Yeah. I landed yesterday. I was like, what day is I literally had to go on my phone and be like, oh, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
The Vegas trip definitely threw me. I kept saying, oh, it was a weekend trip. And I was like, wait.
It was a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
It was not. So my week is so thrown off.
Yeah. But excited to compete again.
This is
Get back out there.
FIVB.
FIVB.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Beach Pro Tour.
Good stuff.
Which it's been so windy, I feel like everywhere, just across the country.
It has,
and now even Mexico, there's an event happening in Mexico right now, and the wind is, people are just
It honestly looked
it
like
back
a
and
joke.
forth.
Like, people, you're just laughing because you can't do anything
I
about
know,
it. Like, sometimes the ball just like goes and it flies, and it almost hit the other court.
Yeah.
Like,
you know it is bad when the guys play and you can tell it's windy. Typically,
Because their
if it's
stuff
windy,
slices through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the guys, they couldn't even get 3 contacts. Like, it was
That bad?
crazy.
Do they ever
the
call
trees,
it?
the
Do they ever
trees
call
are
it 'cause
like
of wind?
bending in
No,
half.
I don't think so.
They were like,
So we think we're going to play beach volleyball in Mexico. We don't know. It may not
just
look
be playing
anything.
defense.
Yeah.
Well, that's
We'll
what,
see.
like, you ever seen a knuckleball pitcher in baseball? That's what it is. It's like, hey, catch, like, just try your best. Like, it doesn't matter because you don't know which way it's going, and you're just stabbing at the ball, and it's like the ball's going all over the place. It's nuts.
It's crazy.
no.
So that's what it feels like when you guys are playing. Like, the ball is just whiffling or like through the air. It's nuts.
The best is when you jump and it lands behind you and you're like, yep.
That's so great. Wow.
Humbling experience.
Yeah. Well, pray for not that much wind.
Yeah, seriously.
That'd be nice.
But,
They'll just use it all up this weekend.
Love it. Well, thank you, ladies. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys start off well. And then you guys back here. What's the schedule after that?
We're back for 4 days.
Okay.
And then Brazil for back-to-back events. So I think we're gone
nice.
for like 2.5, 3 weeks or whatever.
Hopefully the next time we're sitting on this couch, we're just talking about all of the tournaments that were successful.
Yes.
With great.
Maybe
some new hardware.
We have some more hardware. Hopefully.
Let's go. Yes. Bringing home some hardware.
Yeah.
Let's go.
With good travel stories.
Yes. Positive travel stories.
Positive ones,
Yes.
not good ones, because the good ones are usually bad.
Exactly.
I take it back. Positive.
Yes. Positive, not good. Well, good stuff, ladies. Thank you guys, and we will be back soon.
Thank you.